It's not gonna be short. No, they're not. I mean, I got the picture.
Claire, you ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the Post-Star, the official newspaper of the Borough of Belmar, and the Asbury Park Press on December 13, 2023, and notice of this meeting was posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building. Take roll call. Councilwoman Donovan?
Here.
Councilwoman McKinney? Here. Mayor Buckapusco?
Here.
Councilman Rondemaro?
Here.
And Councilman Levis is absent.
And please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our troops, their families, and our first responders. Thank you. Okay, workshop discussion. I'll start off. It's really not a discussion, but I'm sure all of the council has seen the remediation started on 1200 Main. If you haven't seen that to the public, and I just wanted to let you know that. I have to thank Mr. Kane and our engineer for coordinating that and making sure that it's not interfering with children entering and leaving school, and also have to commend Superintendent Alvarez. He sent out a great notice to the parents about what was happening and again, the hours, so that it wouldn't interfere with the children going and coming to school. Second thing, I believe council was interested in an explanation on resolution 2024-176. Okay, that's a resolution that we have tonight for an emergency resolution for additional funds being basically designated in the budget for legal expenses. Okay, just give me a second here and I'll bring that up. It's my understanding that, let's just back out, when we do our budget, we estimate how much money is going to be spent in particular line items. And it's basically an educated estimate or educated guess. Now, what happens is, if during the year we're going to spend more than what was anticipated in that line item, we have to let the Department of Public Affairs knows that we're essentially amending that line item to a larger number. It has nothing to do with the fact that we're, using more money. It's just that we're allocating it to a different line item. We're taking money from someplace else, and we're increasing that line item because of expenses that we didn't foresee. Right? But the overall budget totals all stay the same. So that's why, if you look at the resolution, it says that we're going to have an emergency appropriation for $125,000. And according to the statute, we can't do emergency appropriations for more than 3% of the total operating budget, which for 2023 was $584,907. So that means we're well within the legal limits for this appropriation. Okay, so basically that's what it is. It includes the line item for all legal fees, which would be, for example, our attorneys dealing with labor-related issues, human-related issues, the affordable housing attorneys, and any other legal expenses that we have. And in this case, I believe it's mostly due to the fact that we had a lot of litigation expenses related to the affordable housing. So that is basically why we need to do this resolution.
Mayor, I have two questions about that, if you don't mind. One, you said that this was increasing the overall budget, but was being appropriated from other parts of the budget. Can you tell me where those other parts are?
I don't know offhand, but as the year goes on, and money is being spent, there are some line items where we anticipated spending, X thousands of dollars, we didn't spend that much.
Okay.
So we have essentially extra money in that area. So I'm sure the CFO is using those funds, collecting those little bits from different line items to come up with the, moving those monies into that appropriation.
That makes sense. Actually, I have three total questions. The second one is, we're only still in September. If there are additional legal fees, will this have to recur?
I think we've estimated that this is going to cover for the whole year, according to Mr. Kane.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, because this is a large sum, this apparently is my question, is what happens if we vote against it?
That's a good question. I guess then we can't continue to pay our attorneys for any fees, and we won't be represented when we need to be represented.
Just to clarify, what happens if we don't pay attorneys?
Well,
Mr. McGill?
That's, press the button.
they tend not to do the work for you. So.
Litigious people, are they? Thank you. Those are my questions.
I have a question. So are we anticipating this is gonna happen every year then, with all of this affordable housing that we have coming, and all the attorneys and the time that we need to prepare for all of this?
Now, off the top of my head, I have to think and hope that this is a one-time situation, because once we get the third round approvals, we won't be in the same position that we found ourselves in this year. So the affordable housing expenses should be much less in terms of attorney fees than we had this year. Because we'll be on track at that point, and it'll just be the normal everyday redevelopment legal fees to review things that are coming in on a regular basis. But I don't anticipate any litigation expenses like we had this year.
All right, and so because you feel like this is under the 3%, you're not anticipating an increase in taxes again next year because of this bump?
No, this is not increasing the amount of money that we're spending
Okay.
overall. It's just allocating it to a different line. That's all it is. We're not like the federal government. We can't print money and work in a deficit, situation. We have so much, and that's all we can spend.
Thank you.
Any other questions on that? Okay, any other matters for workshop?
Yes, I actually have one more thing that I want to discuss. So in the Shade Tree Commission, it came to our attention that a law was passed last year that it's called a Tier A MS4 permit that is now required for you to take any tree down on your property, no matter where it is. So not only the planting strip, but now you have to have a permit to take down any tree on your property. So that is going to increase the amount of permits that we're gonna need. That's gonna increase the amount of, applications that we're gonna need, and certainly code enforcement and all is gonna have to be involved. We're also gonna have to rewrite or amend our ordinance moving forward, stating all of this. So this is all things that we are working on with the Shade Tree Commission.
Yeah, we've already done that, and that ordinance was passed as part of the DEP mandates. This isn't something that Belmar thought up. Every town had these ordinances in effect, or risk not getting state grants for stormwater protection projects. So it was really forced down our throats, and I think it was maybe earlier this year, I think we put it into effect.
Okay.
So there may be exceptions, off the top of my head, there may be exceptions for residential, for single trees or something of that nature. It seems to stick in my head, but I'll take a look at it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any other items for workshop? Okay, let's move on to petitions.
I did not receive any petitions.
Okay, next, approval of minutes.
Could I have a motion to approve the minutes of the September 10th meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Reports of councils next.
Okay, Councilwoman Donahue?
The townwide garage sale is this weekend. It is now too late to register, unfortunately, but you should go out. The list of the houses that are participating is available on all of Belmar social media. Tourism is welcoming everyone who is interested to come to our next meeting coming up. We have, luckily, the New Chamber of Commerce has upped interest in Tourism Commission as well, so we're really excited about new ideas coming in. As far as the Environmental Commission goes, I met with residents around Silver Lake last week. It was last week, time flies. Who are very excited about how the lake looks. They're excited about the lesser number of geese. And we have had a few occasions now where a new flock has flown in, and I'm pleased to report that the new service came quickly and disbanded the geese, so great. Please, everyone, if you're interested at all, the Belmar Cornhole Tournament is October 6th. It is a fundraiser for the softball field on 13th in Maine. It is at Bar A on Sunday, October 6th. Doors open at 2. To register with a 2-person team for the tournament is $100 to come in, kids free, with food, $30 per person. And you can go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/Belmar Cornhole to register. Finally, there is the Run for the Fallen. That is Sunday, September 29th at 8:45 on Ocean Ave. You can cheer them on as they run through Belmar and stop at 2 hero markers. The first marker on Ocean Avenue is at the North Boulevard Beach entrance and is in honor of Carlos Gonzalez. The second marker on Ocean Ave is at the flagpole between 5th and 6th and is in honor of Campbell McKenna. This is a really great event. It means so much to the families that everyone comes out. I encourage you all to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Kinney?
Thank you. Real quick, Councilwoman Donovan, when's the tourism meeting again?
Oh, the next one, off the top of my head, I don't
All right,
remember.
you get it.
October, let's say 6th, I'll check.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
It's okay.
While she's looking, Belmar Cares is hosting a free concert on Monday, October 14th, 6 to 8:30. The Atlantic Wind Ensemble, that is the Belmar Cares Breast Cancer Support Group, so come out and support that free concert. Recreation, just up again, the basketball sign-ups, 2nd to 8th grade is happening now, youth club sign-ups, 3rd to 8th grade still going on. And the annual trunk or treat is happening October 25th. That is going to be in Dempsey Park, not outside the school, not outside this parking lot. It's going to be at Dempsey Park. If you're interested in entering your car, please reach out to Barry at Recreation. The next ADA meeting is on October 3rd. And just a couple things around the school. Belmar Elementary is, I mentioned this the last meeting, doing a conversation program. This is a workshop for empowering the school community to tackle digital dependency and mental health challenges. So this is where this workshop is going to invite all parents and families to gain valuable insights into your child's digital habits and learn practical tools to support mental health and positive tech use at home. I think this is a really important initiative that Belmar Elementary is doing, and I myself am going to try to make it to this. This is Thursday, October 17th from 6 to 7 p.m. St. Rose Grammar School has their first PTA meeting on October 8th, and there is the Scholastic Book Fair at the Grammar School on October 15th and 16th. St. Rose High School wants to remind everybody that they're having their walkathon Friday, October 4th in the morning. I think it's at 9. High school, they're hosting their open house October 2nd from 6 to 8 p.m. And SATs are going to be given on October 5th at St. Rose High School. So if you know somebody needs to register for SATs, they better do it now. Better do than me. And
St. Vincent de Paul Society walk on the 28th too, right?
oh yes, the St. Vincent de Paul Society for St. Rose is on the 28th. That is this weekend. And that tourism meeting is
The 9th, Wednesday the 9th.
Wednesday the 9th.
Got
There
it.
you go. And that's it.
Thank you. Councilwoman Rivera?
That's how we go.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to remind everyone to see if they've enrolled in the Property Tax Relief Program Anchor. If you've enrolled and received payment last year, you should be automatically enrolled this year. Filing deadline is November 30th. This program offers property tax relief to New Jersey residents who own or rent property. So if you were a New Jersey resident, owned or rented in 2021, and property taxes were paid on that home or residence, and your gross income was $250,000 or less, you can get $1,000 to as much as $1,750 back. The benefit amount increased by $250 for residents who were 65 or older in 2021 this year. So if you need more information or you want to check out your benefit status, go to anchor.nj.gov. The Belmar Public Library. The next board meeting of trustees is October 21st. The public is very welcome. It's at 6 p.m. in the downstairs library. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and the library is celebrating 3 events. This Thursday, they have the Latin Dance Party, 6 p.m. at the Taylor Pavilion, featuring the Rafa Boys, Latin Beats Party Band, and the Taste of Latin America, provided by Belmar's own Santo Ceviche. Also, there's Hispanic Heritage Field Day, which is October 5th at the library, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Family fun activities outside and a tour of the wonders of Latin America inside the library. And then lastly, Coyote, an off-Broadway musical born in Belmar. Meet Belmar native Tim McCory and members of the cast and crew as they discuss the musical, its story, and the issues surrounding it. And that's October 17th at 6 p.m. Taylor Pavilion. Please visit the library website at www.belmarlibrary.org to learn more about these programs and other events. Belmar Housing Authority. The award package for the community funding grant from Congressman Smith's office is supposed to be available in the next 4 weeks. So we're grateful for that. Once the funds are received, they can go out to bid on their much needed facade work. Also, we have our Belmar Military and Veteran Banner Program has started. And we've already received several new applications for banners to honor these hometown heroes. We have applications in the front office at Borough Hall and a link online at Borough's Facebook page and their website. If you go to the website, it's under applications. Like last year, we will have sponsors to purchase banners for veterans who themselves or family otherwise cannot afford. Please call the borough or contact me directly, M. Rondinaro, at belmar.com if you'd like to donate and be a sponsor this year, or you know of a veteran who'd like to be honored. Lastly, Belmar history and railroad fans. The Belmar Historical Society is having a free event at the Taylor Pavilion October 1st at 7 p.m. Railroads, tourism, and commuters at the Jersey Shore. Speaker and adjunct history professor at Monmouth University, Bill Elwell, will lead us in an exploration of the railroads and their effect on the Jersey Shore through the lens of timetables and advertisements. Railroad artifacts will be available for viewing, including items from the VHS archives, so bring the whole family and ride the rails through time.
That's it?
That's it.
You sure? Okay.
I want to know if Maria came up with Ride the Rails Through Time.
I did not.
That is 100% Belmar Historical Society. They are awesome.
And once again, my counterparts here have covered everything possibly that has happened, and I have nothing to report.
Okay.
So let's move on to, I guess, the public session on the consent agenda resolutions.
If anyone has a comment or question about a resolution on the agenda, please step forward, state your name and address. Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public session?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to adopt the resolutions as listed on the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Councilman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilman McKinney?
Yes.
Mayor Buckafusco?
Yes.
Councilman Rondinero?
Yes.
Okay, next we have 3 ordinances. The first one is second reading and public hearing on ordinance 2024-19. This is an ordinance amending Chapter 19 Traffic to amend Section 12 Parking Times Limited on Certain Streets. This is open for public comment. If anyone would like to speak on the ordinance, please step forward. Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-19?
Motion?
Second?
Councilman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilman McKinney?
Yes.
Mayor Buckfusco?
Yes.
Councilman Rondinero?
Yes.
Next is second reading and public hearing on ordinance 2004-20, an ordinance amending Chapter 25, Section 1.4, State Uniform Construction Code Fees. This is open for public hearing. If anyone would like to comment on the ordinance. Okay, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Second?
And can I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Motion.
Second?
Councilman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Buckfusco?
Yes.
Councilman Rondinero?
Yes.
And last one is ordinance 2024-21. This is an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 4, Division of Treasury Functions, revising fees. This is for first reading and introduction. Do I have a motion to offer the ordinance?
Motion.
Second?
Councilman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Buckfusco?
Yes.
Councilman Rondinero?
Yes.
Okay, now we're on to public session. Just remember to please state your name and address when you come up to the microphone.
And I'll remind everyone that there is a 5-minute limit, so I'll remind people as they get close to that limit.
Anita Buckley, First Avenue. Badges in 2020 cost $72 for the season and $9 or $10 daily. In 2024, they cost $80 for the season and $12 daily. So we didn't make more money, we just charged people more. The incident of August 20th had nothing to do with badges. Even Chief Scott was quoted as saying he wasn't arrested for not having a badge. The incident is about the unnecessary use of a chokehold and aggressive takedown of an unarmed citizen and a man that should not be paid to carry a gun. As a Belmartian, I personally want to apologize to Liam Mahoney for the way he was treated. And if the rumors are true that the man that was using the chokehold was rehired for the next year, there are just no words. If we don't start looking at the truth, we all lose. George Floyd was murdered, and surfers' lives matter.
Jim DiOrio, 217 8th Avenue. Two quick questions. There's been a lot of press in Lake Como and North Boulevard with the annual reassessment program. Belmar is not in that program, but I was reading a lot that the state is going to try and get everyone on an annual reassessment program, or
I don't know that the state is, Monmouth County has that
so it's
program,
Monmouth County.
but it's my understanding that we still have the option to not be part of that, and we will not be part of that program.
Okay. And the second quick question. When we have the affordable housing trust fund that we're building up, can legal fees for affordable housing be taken out of that trust fund?
I don't know for sure, and I don't really want to make a representation, in public. I'd have to ask our redevelopment attorneys.
Okay.
That's
No, I
possible.
just thought,
It's a pretty
That-
clear
That's a
cut
good
question.
yeah, I mean, it kind of takes that extra legal fee out of
I'm looking to see if
our
that's.
municipal budget,
The affordable housing litigation fees are not, we're not allowed to take the money out of the trust fund. However, the affordable housing activities by the redevelopment attorneys would be payable going forward to a certain extent. I'm not going to quote the percentage, but there's a percentage that we can spend for those purposes, but not the litigation.
No, I'm not talking about past expenses. Future expenses.
Going forward, yes.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, not unlimited. And I
Not
don't
dollar
wanna
for
quote-
dollar. Okay.
Well, it could be as long, I think it operates as a cap.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? We'll get to the mic. We'll get to the mic.
Thank you. As you did for Fourth Avenue, I didn't get a chance at the last meeting thank Belmar Police and Emergency Medical Service for the quick response I had on June 26th. I fell on the concrete floor and broke a couple more bones. And first responders rolled me onto a stretcher and carried me to the ambulance and transported me to Jersey Shore Medical Center. And they didn't break any more bones. During my absence from public meetings, I tracked the affordable housing issues with the CoStar and the boroughs and website YouTube videos. With all the proceedings, there was no mention that all 4 intervenor properties are located in the coastal area. I can't believe that. This is Belmar. Residential development is regulated in the coastal area pursuant to the Coastal Area Facility Review Act, CAFRA. Now, there were 4 properties, I guess, that were intervenors. The 10th Avenue project probably won't require a CAFRA permit because it's below the regulatory threshold, which I believe is 25 dwelling units. The 3+ acre property between the railroad and Route 35 received an individual CAFRA permit with approved site plan, grading plan, soil erosion plan, everything in detail. And that permit was issued on January 2nd, 2024. And the developer got approval for 223 residential dwellings, along with other improvements on the site. And the state approved, I don't know, about a half a dozen drawings or plans, proposed NJDEP CAFRA plan, a site plan, drainage and utility plan, soil erosion and sediment control plan, and construction details, all approved by the state of New Jersey. So, I guess, and by the way, I wanted to mention that the NJDEP did a very good job. They did a good job creating and preserving scenic vistas of the Shark River estuary, especially those vistas that you can see, you would be able to see in late afternoon. The approved drawings were prepared by Dynamic Engineering, which I believe they have an office right here in Belmar Plaza. Not the Russo drawings. So my suggestion here is remove the Russo conceptual plan drawings from any agreement and replace them with the NJDEP approved plans. I did review the other 2 projects because they have not yet received CAFRA approval, but I think that both of those will exceed the regulatory threshold of 20, I believe it's 25 residential units. In any case, please don't sign anything incorporating Russo's plans, because I see real conflicts there with the approved DEP drawings. Thank you.
We'll pass on your concern to our attorneys. Any other comments?
All right, can I have a motion to close the public session and adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Awesome. Good job, Jeffrey.